Log into ECC. We'll also try to log into BI system on the other, as it is taking long time. Just super fast today. Right. So here, which transaction that we should go to? We will go to RSA5, which is install business content. Installation of data sources from business content. We'll go to SAP R3. In that FI, under FI I am choosing FIGL today for our class, and 0 FIGL underscore 10 is the data source that I want, but I think it's already active. So this is general ledger, leading ledger balances. This is the data source that we are going to use. Okay, or the extraction structure that we are going to install it from the business content. Okay. So now we will see whether it is available already in the system or not. So we will go to which transaction? RSA 6 to check post process data sources and hierarchies. This is already available. It will show you all the available things here. FI, FIGL. This is already available here. RSA5. So you need not to do much here. If you just you select the required data source, I think I am able to see all of them are installed. So you have to click on this activate data sources. You have to just click on your data source and click on activate data sources. So when you just click on activate data sources, generally it will be in the not in the green color. If it is not installed one, I am able to see most of them are installed ones here. Okay. If it is not installed one, action successfully completed. So that is activated already, it is again activated. So you will be getting this message here, action successfully completed. Once this is done, this color will change to green actually. If it is not activated, it will be in the orange or the white color. Once it is activated, the color will change into green. So that is same across all the objects in your SAP. If it is you can just by looking at that you can see whether it is activated or not. If it is active, it will be in the green color. Everyone, transformation, DSO, cube, info object, anything. Right? Once this is done, you have to come back to your RSA 6 and check whether it is we were in RSA 5. You cannot directly jump from one transaction to other transaction of the different areas in one. So you have to use /n to open the same transaction on the same screen. Otherwise /o to open it in a different screen. It will open another session, and in that session it will open that particular transaction. Go to same thing here, FI, and I am able to see FIGL. In the FIGL I have this 0 FIGL 10. Right? Now I want to see the corresponding, what is the data flow of this 0 FIGL underscore 10 to see which cubes that I have to install in the data sources. Right, before that we will check the extractions checker, right, /n RSA 3, what is the data source name, 0 FI underscore, sorry, FI underscore GL underscore 10, right? This is the, so you ask me, right, selection will provide you this here. Only those things you can filter. Now you can click on extraction. It will show you whether this structure is able to pull some data or not. Request ID is the test ID. This is the test one. Its name is extraction checker with service API. We have different APIs in SAP, service API, BAPI, that is business application program interface, and IDOCs also you have to retrieve the data, various things from various things. They are programming. So this is how many tasks? 135,932 data records are selected. So it is going to fetch your data, and you can see what kind of data that you are getting into this. These are the various fields that you are getting the data from this data source. Today now we are only focusing on installing it. Tomorrow we can see, or in the next class we can see how to change this structure, enhancing the structure. I don't want the pre-existing structure completely. I am interested in only 15 to 20 columns, because based on the research generally only 10% of the columns of a table are used for analysis, not the all, though you have 150, 160 columns. Right? In the extraction structure is also same. You may need not to get all these things where even there is no data at all. Right? So you can restrict that. We can see that how to change that structure in the next slide. Right? This is pulling the data. Now where should we go? We should go into BW. Before that I want to see the extraction structure or the data flow of this particular structure. 0 FI underscore GL underscore 10. The RSA one we can see in the BI metadata repository. We'll search for that. Local objects are local business content. Activated objects here and the business content here. Okay, we will go to, or the search in metadata repository also we can choose. Zero FI underscore 0 FI underscore GL when you see this object 0FIGL underscore C10, which is a cube, you have to go to BI content. Right? You are in this BI content. Now you set this to in data flow before, and collection mode is collect automatically. Display mode list. You just change these things to see all the objects that we have. Now here you just find your object 0FIGL underscore C10 is the info cube. Info providers. This is info provider, right? So let us see first 0FIGL underscore C10. This is the object that I have to install. General ledger, new transaction figures. This is the 0FIGL underscore C10. So you just drag this and drop it into this. You have to install the info objects as well. All the info objects that we need. Install all below, select for that. Communication structures, I am not interested in this. Okay, because I am installing that separately, extraction structure. 3.x data sources I am not installing. Info packages I am not installing. Transfer rules I am not installing. 3.x info sources I am not installing. Transfer structures I am not installing. Source systems I am not going to install anything. Data store object, do not install anything. I am not going to show that from the extraction structures to data store to info cube. We will do that directly to info cube. Later in some other time we will do that to the DSO through cube. Routines I am not interested in. Data sources, I am not going to install any of these things. Only I am installing the info cube. If you expand it, I think these transformations were already checked in, so I say that do not install transformations. I am also saying that do not install this update rules. Okay. So once you have done this, once you have selected the required things here, right, we have selected whatever that we need, we have deselected whatever that we don't want to use. Now you just click on install. Just click on install. You check, you do a simulation, what the simulation will do. What the simulation will do? Simulation will only pop 0FIGL underscore C10. How many dimensions that you have here? Data package, time, unit are common. they will be there for every